Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it would be fun to do a monochromatic makeup look. I did a bunch of these last year and it's been a little while. So today I thought I would do kind of a monochromatic brown or latte makeup look using pretty much all readily available makeup found at Dollar Tree. There's even one item here that's easy to find at Five Below. So I love doing monochromatic looks from time to time, and I also love doing Dollar Tree makeup videos where I use some of the easier find makeup. Because it's fun to find the new stuff, but not everybody finds all of the new things that come out. So I do like to try to find some of the more regular makeup that is at Dollar Tree and do makeup looks for you all. So of course, if you're a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming back for another video. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I'm basically a bargain beauty channel. What I mean by that is I like to do a lot of the same fun content that other beauty channels do. I just like to try to keep it at the bargain price point. So the closer to $1, the better. If it sounds like you're in the right place, I do hope you'll become part of our Dollar Diva family here on YouTube. As always, I'll have related content, which includes all of my bargain makeup videos, my monochromatic look playlist, and some other stuff as well. So definitely check out some of my other content when you're done watching this. And without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So I'm gonna start with my brows as I always do, and this is just the LA Colors brow pencil. This is in dark brown. Of course, I used to be brunette, and today I'm my hair's a little bit of a mess right now, you guys. I have not yet washed my hair, and I need to sharpen this. And last night at work, if you're new here, I'm a performer, I wore one of my brown hair pieces, so I sprayed my hair brown, and yeah, so I'm just trying to make it work the best I can this morning. And my earrings, y'all see my earrings? So these are from my Dollar Diva, Tina. She sent me a care package recently, and she included a bunch of goodies, and these earrings were in there. And I just thought they were super cute. IONI, of course, has come out with a lot of really fun and really good brow products this year. But if you can ever find them, LA Colors really makes some of my favorite brow products. They have a better selection too. That's one thing about IONI's brow products. They usually just have like one shade or like medium and dark brown. But LA Colors, you can get like dark blonde, stuff like that. And they're just a little easier to find. And I like them. I think they have like a nice texture. And so there we go. There's our brows. And they usually always come with like a spoolie on the end, which is really nice. So if you've been on my channel, you know some of these readily available items. But if not, this one here, the LA Colors Conceal and Correct, I'm going to be using yellow. I'm going to use this to conceal, but I'm also going to use this to clean up my brows. Mine is almost gone. I'm trying to use mine up. I've had it for a while. But these little Conceal and Correct products here are really actually LA Colors like best concealers at Dollar Tree, in my opinion. Now that doesn't hold true for like Dollar General and Family Dollar and like Five Below, but at Dollar Tree, that is true for them. So I'm gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna just blur it and blend it. And then I'll end up popping a little bit of a shimmer or something like on there to get rid of some kind of like that yellow cast. And we'll also use that to conceal as well. So eyeshadow primer, there's really no like readily available eyeshadow primer at Dollar Tree. This is something I found at Dollar Tree a while back. It's from LA Colors, but I also have a Shot Miss A eyeshadow primer. And yeah, that's one thing that Dollar Tree doesn't really, they've got like face primers and stuff. They just don't really have like a regular eyeshadow primer. That is something I wish that they would start carrying more. And I really like this one from LA Colors. It's actually like my go-to. I have the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I've got this, and then I've got the AOA Shot Miss A Shadow Primer, and this one here is actually my favorite. I like that it has a little bit of like a color to kind of neutralize the lids. So I'm gonna make this kind of a matte brown look. I'm kind of wanting it to be kind of latte-esque, and so the palettes I'm gonna be going into are the LA Colors Trio in Tumbleweed and the LA Colors 12 Pan in Vogue. Just got a lot of these nice neutral shades here. Of course, that's the LA Colors Trio. Again, these are really pretty easy to find as far as stuff from Dollar Tree is concerned. So I'm gonna go all over my lid in this shade right here. I feel like I've been doing a lot more like natural eye makeup looks these days. If you've been with me for a long time, you know I used to do a lot of really bright eyeshadow looks. And I still do. I just find that I'm not doing them as much on my channel anymore, and I don't know why that is. I've done a lot of neutral looks here recently. So we're laying that down just as a base. And so now I want to start building it up. I think I'm going to go into that brown shade right there. Like I said, I'm going to keep this matte. I'm not going to add any shimmer to this, which you know for me is different. I want to start building this up. I'm just using the same brush. I think last year I did a peach monochromatic look. I did a purple, but I wasn't super happy with the lip color I chose, so I'm going to be redoing a purple one this year. I did berry. I did pink, I think. There we go, that's going on really nice. This little In Vogue palette is really a very, very nice neutral palette for, especially for $1.25. You got your mattes and your shimmers. You've got some that are more browns and tans. You've got kind of mauves. It's really a very nice palette for $1.25. That's building up really, really, really nice. I want to take a clean, fluffy brush now and just really blend that, soften it up. There we go. I might even go a little bit more inner too because I'm not really doing a shimmer, so we're gonna have something going on. So I'm gonna drag the darker shade a little closer in to my eye. There we go. There we go. That is looking the way I want it to. It's gonna really be a very simple look. Now these two shades here, the shade and then the shade in the middle here, are very, very similar. But I think I kind of want to warm this up a little bit with a little bit of that shade right there. So I'm going to use that same first brush and go into that shade. Add a little bit of dimension, a little bit of warmth, and that shade's going to be a little bit warmer, I think. Really blend that into the crease. There we go. And then when we come back and finish the eyes, I'll probably brighten up the inner part of the eye with something matte as well. So there we go. So far, so good. I'm going to move on with liner and lashes and face, but we'll come back and add some finishing touches because I really want this to be a very rich yet simple eye look. So we will come back as we always do. For mascara, I've just got the IONI Rockstar mascara. This is in brown. This is from their Glamapalooza line. It's not great. I do love the brush, but the mascara itself is not super great. But I am going to be using brown just to kind of keep it real rich. And I may forego lashes because I don't have brown lashes, and I'm really wanting this brown to really stand out. So I think I'm actually gonna, I'm kind of making this decision here on the fly. I got brown liquid liner, I got brown pencil liner that will go in the waterline, and then of course I got this brown mascara. So I think I'm gonna forego lashes today. I don't guess I've ever seen brown, like fake lashes. I'm sure they've got to exist. So I'm just gonna add more mascara, another coat. I'm going to do the bottom lashes too. So I've been using if you've been with me, you know that I've got the saddest eyelashes and eyebrows. But I have been using the Grande Lash and Grande Brow. I get mine at Ulta, and it's pricey, but it has worked miracles for me. I'm now on like month 3 or so, and I really, really notice a difference. Okay, I'm going to add another coat of that, but I'm going to let it dry first and add some liquid liner. So I've just got this liquid liner here from LA Colors. It's just their liquid liner, and it's just in brown. It comes in like a traditional type of a bottle with your traditional type of a brush. I'm going to add a little bit of a wing. There we go. That's really, really nice. I feel like my lashes are a little bit goopy, so I'm going to brush them out a little bit. I think I got some liquid liner in them. So when we come back to the eyes, I'm going to add pencil liner, but I'm going to do that when we come back. So I'm going to move on to face. So I'm just going to be going in with my Candy Moyo BB cream in medium. Perfect shade for me. They got light, medium, dark. And this is like the exact same thing as the foundation that comes in the black tube. So either one doesn't really matter. Literally the ingredients are the exact same. And I love these. These are like my favorite foundation products from Dollar Tree. And I found them to be pretty readily available. Of course, you've always got the LA Colors liquid makeup. I don't like that near as much, but that is also very readily available. You know, your Be Pures, not as much. They do make some nice foundation. It's just, I think, maybe a little bit harder to find. But I think this is actually like the best formula at the Dollar Tree. And you can always mix like the light and the medium or the medium and the dark. For me, medium just happens to be perfect for my skin tone. I used to think I needed light during like the cooler months when I'm not as tan, but that's actually not really true. Of course, anything super light or super dark, you're not gonna be able to find. But I do love this foundation. Then of course going back in with that LA Colors Concealer Dark Circles. I feel this does a really very good job, especially in the bargain price point. Brightens up the inner corner. Of course they get peach and they get green. We're going to be using the highlighter because it's one of the more easy to find highlighters at Dollar Tree. One other shade too. They got peach. I've got peach as well. Peach, yellow, green. Peach, I guess, was the other shade I was thinking of. So my week kind of suddenly got busier than anticipated, but I'm not mad. I'm having to jump into some extra shows, which is really good because if you know the year I've had, that is a good thing. So we got our concealer. Now I'm going to add powder. And again, the most readily available thing at Dollar Tree is the LA Colors pressed powder. This is in nude. They do have quite a few shades. They've got some good darker tones like toffee and tan and whatnot. I think they even have a lighter shade than this. And I really, really like this pressed powder, especially for $1.25. And I'm not going to bake or anything like that today. I'm just going to apply this with a brush. And then I have a little trick because sometimes these can appear like you can't close them. And so what you sometimes have to do is kind of go forward with the cap on this, kind of pull it, and it snaps shut. Usually these come with like a little sponge, which I don't really care for. I just like to use a brush. But for travel, you could keep that little sponge in there. But I really like this pressed powder for $1.25. And then for bronzer, this little LA Colors matte bronzer here is wonderful. They get Bronzed Beauty. They've also got highlighters and they have a shimmer bronzer. But this little matte one here is wonderful. You can see I have hit pan. They also have those other ones. They have the 2 shades that come now in like the mauve packaging. I have those as well. Those are really nice as well. This is like my favorite if I had to pick. This is where like LA Colors really excels, is in their blush and highlighters and bronzers and stuff. See, and that's just a really nice shade. It's not too warm. And it's just enough pigment. You could build it up. You could do a little less. Really, really nice little bronzer. Then blush, y'all. So I know Dollar Tree has always come out with new collections and blushes and IONI and all this kind of stuff. But if all you can find are the LA Colors blush singles, you are not missing out on a thing. This is one of the ones in old package. They've since repackaged all these and put them in like a mauve packaging. And they came out with a couple new colors. But they also repackaged all their older shades too. This is the shade Peach Rose. And it's actually very reminiscent of, it's got some sparkles in it, which you don't really need to be afraid of. It's very reminiscent of, this is discontinued now, but the NARS Super Orgasm that had the sparkles in it. Very reminiscent of this blush here, in my opinion. And I wasn't wanting anything like super pink. I just was wanting something a little bit light, a little bit more toasty. They also have a shade called Toast, which is really nice, or Spice, something like that. But see, look at that. It's just a really nice blush shade, and they've got pretty much something for everybody. So yeah, like I said, don't ever sleep on these. So now for a highlighter, again, the LA Colors Conceal and Correct. This is their highlighter shade. It's just a little pearly white type of a highlighter. If you have darker skin, I would suggest, and I'm gonna use my damp blender. If you have darker skin, I would suggest one of the LA Colors, either the shimmer bronzer, or they've repackaged their highlighters and kind of changed the shades to be a little bit more darker, a little bit more golden. And that would probably work really great if you have darker skin. I'm not wanting to go too crazy with this because I'm not wanting a ton of shimmer in this look. So I'm just gonna stop right there, just a little bit of something, you know? So now we're gonna come back to the eyes. I am gonna line my waterline. And this isn't necessarily easy to find. They do have brown liners, I guess. I think LA Colors has like an auto liner, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this LA Colors eyeliner duo. This is from the new Pumpkin Spice collection. I'm just gonna go in my waterline with this. I'm also gonna be using this as a lip liner. There we go, just a little definition. Now I'm gonna smoke out under my eyes, and I think I'm just gonna go back into that shade right there. Take my smudger brush, go into that. I'm gonna tap off the brush real good so I don't make a mess. And just really blend this out. I'm gonna go up here on top and blend out the line. For me, this is like what cinches the look. Often is the underneath smoking out. There we go. That's looking exactly the way I want it. So now I kind of brighten up the inner corner. I'm gonna go back into that shade right there. I'm gonna take it on a tapered brush like that. And I'm actually gonna spray it like I would a shimmer because I want it to be pretty concentrated. I'm gonna do it like I would do like an inner corner highlight. Drag it up just a bit. There we go. I think I'm gonna use that as a little bit of an under the brow bone highlight just to kind of neutralize that yellow a bit. And I'm gonna add one more coat of that mascara because I only did 2. Now that I've lined my waterline, I just wanna get an extra coat of this on my lashes. So there we go. The eye look is done. Just very nice and simple and just kind of, you know, just a nice brown, but yet kind of soft eye look. So now for lips. So this is not a Dollar Tree item, but it's still, I think it's like $3 at Five Below and really easy to find. You might even find them at Family Dollar and Dollar General. It's the LA Colors High Shine Shea Butter Lip Gloss. And see, it's just this like toasty color. This is in the shade Snuggle, and I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with that brown pencil. And now I'm gonna go in with that gloss. This is a beautiful shade of gloss. And there we go, just a nice monochromatic kind of latte look, just kind of using all these browns and all that good stuff. Like I didn't use lashes today, kind of a nice thicker brow, just very subtle on the blush, just a nice toasty color blush. Let me know what kind of monochromatic looks you would like to see because I do love doing these videos, especially this time of year. I don't know why I always end up kind of doing them this time of year, but let me know which color you would like to see next. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, show me you did by hitting the like button. Of course, if you can hype this video as well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody who has taken the time to do that as well, because I know it's a little bit of a pain in the butt if you watch like on a TV or something like that. So I appreciate all the continued and ongoing support that you guys give me. Definitely check out related content in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.